Welcome back to Leeds Lately. Leeds, of course, you can see down below, have won 4-0 at Elland Road against Ipswich Town. What a result that is. What a result. Leeds, obviously, coming into this game, really needed to get something because Leicester and Ipswich are so far ahead of us. But we've done everything we needed to do. We absolutely battered them, and we're going to talk about that today. So you'll have already seen the little thing pop up. Hit that button down below. But Leeds United won 4-0. So let's talk about it. First goal, 8 minutes in, Strauch scores his header, and I think that's the catalyst for the rest of the game, really. The cross came in off the corner from Somerville, and at the time I thought Joel Piroux had actually headed it, and the goalkeeper made a very good save, popped up to Strauch. Strauch heads it in the back of the net, 1-0 Leeds. When I looked at the replay, it doesn't even hit Piroux's head. He jumps for the header. He gets a great leap, jumps for the header, and it ends up actually hitting his chest and then bouncing into the goalkeeper's save. So if he'd have headed it, he probably would have scored. But the ball bounced straight up to Pascal Strauch, heads it home, 1-0. What a fantastic start. Ipswich have conceded a lot of early goals this season, and we've added to that statistic for them. Unfortunately for them, but very fortunately for us, ball pops up straight to Strauch and we score 1-0. Unbelievable start to the game. And then obviously the second goal, it was another one of those classic Leeds United counterattacks. I've done videos on the channel about it before, actually, talking about how Leeds do their counterattacks. And again, it came up the left-hand side, just like I talked about in those videos. The video is why Leeds are the best counter-attacking team in the Championship. And we came up the left-hand side. Somerville had Piroux beyond him, but didn't really have a chance to get the ball to him. So instead he went outside on his own. And when he tried to put the ball into that corridor of uncertainty, which we love on this channel, and this goal sums up perfectly why we love the corridor of uncertainty on this channel, because there's always a chance that you get an own goal. Ball goes across the face of goal. Piroux doesn't get there. Dan James doesn't get there, but it hits Leif Davis in the shin and bounces into the back of his own goal. Leif Davis, a spy in the camp, scoring for his old club, even though he was playing against them. So thanks, Leif. I really appreciate that. But yeah, really good play from Leeds. Good counter-attack, and you had to be there to make them score that own goal. It's not down to luck. It's putting that ball in that area because you know that those sorts of things can happen. So Somerville, excellent from him. Then you get the penalty. Again, this time Somerville coming down the left-hand side. Again, driving into that box. The way I described it on my stream is like this. Leif Davis, this is Somerville. Somerville's running like this. Leif Davis puts his leg in front of Somerville. Somerville goes over his leg. There's your penalty. Definite penalty. Leif Davis gives us another one for his old club. And this time, Joel Piroux stepped up to try and take it, and Somerville took it off him. And I thought, oh no, and this is not happening again, is it? But when Somerville took that penalty, he had confidence, he had conviction, he knew exactly where he was going. He put it in the top left-hand corner, no worries at all. 2-0 up, and Leeds are in dreamland. Leeds are thinking, this is class. We really needed this result. We're 2-0 up. I was thinking, don't go and concede before half-time. Please don't go and concede before half-time. But we ended up scoring before half-time. This goal, I can't even remember which goal it was. One sec. This is the first time I've had to do this live in a video. Leeds United. It'll come up straight away. Somerville. Wait. Oh, no. That was 3-0. That was the penalty. Yeah. Sorry, my brain. I don't know why my brain went with that. But yeah, it was the penalty. Yeah, that was the 3-0. So I was thinking that we were going to go 2-1. We were going to be winning 2-0 and it was going to go back to 2-1, but we got the penalty and we made it 3-0. Sorry, yeah, I don't know why my brain went with that. But yeah, so we were 3-0 up at half-time. Then you think, we've got it in the bag. Unbelievable performance so far. And then the second half starts and you think, don't slow down. Don't just let them back into the game because they've got such quality in attack that they can do that. And we didn't. Joel Piroux scored the goal. The ball dropped to him, and quite fortunately, because the ball across to him was cut out by Clark, the right back. But the ball dropped straight back to Joel Piroux, and he had really good feet, actually. It's underrated how good his feet are at times, and he stepped from one way to the other, dropped the shoulder a little bit. The defenders didn't know where he was going, and he kind of sort of laces outside of the foot, just put it past the goalkeeper and made it 4-0. Unbelievable finish from Joel Piroux. Now, if you saw my tactical preview, you'll have saw that I said about how many players they throw forward and why this could be a real opportunity for Leeds to go and get something, because we're able to throw so many players back at them on the counter-attack. And that's how it worked. And that's why, for me, we are going to talk about the players, but that's why, for me, Somerville has to be man of the match, because he is such a key part of our counter-attacking ability that he just drives us up the pitch. It could have been 6 or 7. Joel Pirot hit the bar. Jorginho hit the bar. We really, really could have had more goals in this game. And they didn't really have anything. They had one that hit the post from Connor Chaplin in the first half, which was excellent from him to even get that shot that accurate from there, and the time that he had to take it. But other than that, they had hardly any touches in our box. Meslier didn't have to make a save. We really, really pinned them down and stopped them from being as effective as they can be in the attacking phases. And we've actually gone ahead of them in goal difference now because we've scored so many goals against them, 4-0. So Meslier didn't really have to do anything. A few of his passes were a bit off, so I think he needs to improve on that a little bit, especially his passes out to the right-hand side to Archie Gray. I thought Gray, Rodon, Strauch and Spence were all really good. Probably the main one for me, though, is Spence going forward. He was really good alongside Somerville on that left-hand side. Ampadu and Kamara, I thought Ampadu was back to his best, absolute best. He was excellent today, winning tackles, spraying balls around, excellent from him. Kamara getting stuck in as well, thought he was good. Like I said, Somerville for me is my man of the match, closely followed by probably Jorginho, who again didn't get his goal but was so involved in the play at all times. I thought he was excellent. Dan James, good again, not fantastic, good certain decision making. Not even decision making, just his actual final product once he's made that decision. Left a little bit to be desired, but I did think he had an overall good game, especially defensively. When he won that ball for one of our goals, he won the ball in the right back position with Archie Gray and played it down the line, and that's the one where it came into Kamara, played it out to Somerville. Somerville went down the line. I think it was the one where we scored where Leif Davis made an own goal. But yeah, I thought overall excellent. Piru as well, obviously got his goal and played well, I thought, today. So Leeds counter-attacking wise were brilliant, and I really think we played so well today. We exploited all the space when they left it for us, and they left the door wide open, really. So there was only one thing that was going to happen. The only other thing I want to talk about is the fact that people will be, at the moment, in the comments or on Twitter, on X, or whatever you want to call it, all over. Leeds fans will be saying, well, why are Ipswich up there then? Why are they that good? Because I've had people in the live stream chat asking me this. Why are they that good? Are they title contenders? Why are they up there if they're this bad against us? But what you've got to remember with Ipswich is they're employing these tactics against the rest of the division. So if you take the Championship as Leicester, Ipswich, Leeds and Southampton are your 4 really good teams. If you take them out of the equation and you leave the rest of the teams, the other 20, Ipswich are going to be better than all of those teams in those attacking phases because they're able to throw so many players forward. And the difference is that these other teams are nowhere near as good at counter-attacking as what Leeds are. So Leeds are so good at counter-attacking that they can go and they can absolutely batter Ipswich like we did do. But other teams will not be anywhere near as good as Leeds at counter-attacking. So Ipswich don't get punished anywhere near as much for throwing players forward. But you can see why in my tactical preview I said about how they'd conceded 28 goals this season, which is the seventh best in the top 10, so 3rd worst in the top 10. They're now 9th for that because we scored 4 more goals against them. But it shows that they can be got at, and even these teams that are a little bit down the table are still able to score goals against them. And hopefully those percentages start to flip a little bit where they concede even more goals and don't score as many. But at the moment, the reason that they're so good against those teams is because they are so good in attack. They leave themselves open at the back, but those other teams aren't anywhere near as good as Leeds are at punishing them. So hopefully that means that Leicester punish them on Boxing Day and Leeds win against Preston, and we get even 3 points even closer. But having said all that, that is the match reaction done. That is us done before Christmas this year. There will be a video on Christmas Day, actually, if you want to watch that. That's just going to be like a little 4 or 5 minute video that's just a bit of fun to watch on Christmas Day if you're bored, if you want something to do whilst your Christmas dinner's settling or whatever. So look out for that. But Merry Christmas to everybody. Thanks to everybody who supported me this year on the channel. Obviously, it won't be my last video of the year. There'll be plenty more to come, so I won't say Happy New Year yet. But Merry Christmas, everybody. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching Leeds Lately. Leeds 4, Ipswich Town 0.